गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे प्रभुपाद की जयंती को वैष्णव की जय हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
Hare Krishna, Namisha Mataji, thank you so much for wonderful present. Hare Krishna Prabhu, welcome to today's Bhagavatam session. Prabhu, your shlokas are from 24 to 28, right, Prabhu?
Prabhu, you're on mute.
Sorry. So I'm saying it's 4.19, 24 to 28. Can somebody confirm?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So shall we begin, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, Haribol.
Haribol. Okay. Hare Krishna. So I have to sing Jai Radha Madhav or it's already sung?
Already done.
Okay. Okay, so Hare Krishna, thank you so much. After a long time, I'm able to come in association with all of you wonderful devotees. Thank you to Narayani Mataji and Ashish, our I think Achyut Gopinath Prabhu, I think he's Achyut Gopinath, correct? Ashish Prabhu is now initiated. So, and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are there. So, after a long time, I'm able to seek your association. So, as you all know, I'll be having this 4.19.24 to 28 shlokas. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading Shrimad Bhagavatam 4.19, 24, 25. The first two shlokas, which is 24, 25, I will read, and later on, after I begin the class, then you all can, raise your hands, and Prabhus and Matajis together can continue reciting the shlokas. So, Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Evam indre harati ashvam vainya yagya jigam shaya jigam saya tadgrita vristreshu pakhandeshu matir narnam dharma iti upadharmeshu nagna rakta patadishu prayena sajate भ्रंत्या पेशालेषु चावागमिषु. Synonyms. Evam means thus. Indre means when the king of heaven. Harati means stole. Ashvam means the horse. Vainya means the son of king. Veena. Yagya means the sacrifice. Jig hamsya, with a desire to stop. Tat, by him. Grita, accepted. Viteshu, Vrishteshu, abundant. Pakhandeshu, towards the sinful stress. Mati means attraction. Narnam, of the people in general. Dharma, system of religion. Iti means thus. Upadharmeshu, towards false religious systems. Nagna means naked. Raktapata, red robed. Adishu, etc. Prayena, generally. Sajate is attracted. Bhrantya, foolishly. And Pesha, lesu, expert. Cha, and Vagmishu, elegant. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, King Indra, in order to steal the horse from King Prathu's sacrifice, adopted several orders of sannyasa. Some sannyasis go naked, and sometimes they wear red garments and pass under the name of Kapalika. They are simply symbolic representation of their sinful activities. These so-called sannyasis are very much appreciated by sinful men because they are all godless atheists, very expert in putting forward arguments and reasons to support their case. We must know, however, that they are only passing as adherents of religion and are not so in fact. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religious and being attracted by them spoil their life. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As stated in Shrimad Bhagavatam, men in this age of Kali are short-lived, devoid of spiritual knowledge, and susceptible to accept false religious systems due to unfortunate condition. Thus, they always remain mentally disturbed. The Vedic Shastras practically prohibit the adoption of sannyasa in the age of Kali because less intelligent men, they accept the sannyasa order by cheating purposes. Actually, the only religion is the religion of surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We must serve the Lord. We must serve the Lord in Krishna consciousness. Now, who is the Lord? Lord Himself is Krishna. So we must serve Krishna in Krishna consciousness. So please remember this line, because I am going to start the katha from this line, based on this line. All other systems of sannyasa and religion are actually not bona fide. In this age, they are simply passing for religious systems. This is most regrettable. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदमह्यं ददति स पदन्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीयुधपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसाहितं श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सह गण ललिता श्री विशाखानवितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृष्ण भानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुगं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। सवैरमनः कृष्ण पदरविन्दयोः सवैरमनः कृष्ण पदरविन्दयोः। श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा। So before I pick up the line from where I said that I'll begin the class, so we all know we are reading about King Prathu, and he is performing 100 sacrifices, and those 100 sacrifices, it is said, I have heard a couple of reasons, but one reason I remember in one of the class, it was said that he did this for the benefit of all the living entities present in his time, and distribute his wealth. But he was a very great king. He was a son of King Veena, and he had a great son as well. So he is actually not, in his deepest of heart and mind, he was not trying to observe the authority of Indra. But without provocation, it's said that Indra got provoked that he is doing so much of material fruitive activities and he may usurp his authority and he may lose that. Whoever does a lot of sacrifice, he may surpass Indra's power, his power. But we know Indra is a post in every universe. Indra is a post, they keep changing. And he's supposed to be the chairman of the committee headed by all the Devi Devtas. And if you see from depth, he's actually supporting Krishna in his entire creation, running the creation, at least in whichever universe he is in. And currently, he's in our universe. So, like that, there is a Brahma also. Everybody is engaged, but sometimes they all get disturbed, and they have their own free will and intelligence. They use it in their own way. But sometimes they do it purposefully, but sometimes they are carried away as well. Even Lord Brahma got carried away that when Vishnu said, "Go and tell everybody that I'm going to I'm going to be Krishna in Dwapara." So he goes and informs everybody, but he himself does not include, and that's why Brahma Vimohan Leela happened. So all these very powerful personalities also undergo their own interactions with Krishna. And so we know that he is disturbing the Prithu's yajna. And very soon we will see future shlokas also. In the end, Brahma will appear and he will continue stealing the horse and he will forgive him. But Atri Muni will tell his son, Veena's grandson and Prithu's son, to continue bringing the horse back. And seeing him chasing Indra will continue. A couple of times it gets repeated. And then so the idea behind is then in the end, Prithu will be almost in the pretext of, in the almost be very angry and trying to kill, but when Brahma will appear and then Rishi Munis will first come and say, we will do that. Then Brahma will appear and we will kill him, we'll obligate him to fire. Then Brahma says, don't worry, leave him. He's also, you are satisfying all the yajna, all the Devi Devtas, and he is the chief of all Devi Devtas. So why you are in one way pleasing them and displeasing them the other way. So like that, everybody got satisfied in the yajnas, and they said, you are a very great devotee, Prithu. Your 99 yajna are done with so much love and care. So you will still be receiving the benedictions. There's nothing like you didn't do 100. So there will be some loss for you. So that way we see in this pastime of the devotees of the Lord or the supreme arrangement, we are seeing at how Indra is actually taking different form. In fact, it is said he takes the form of a sannyasi. So in one of the class, it was said beautifully that the devotee was telling that he is the first person in the robe of sannyasi who has spoiled the name of all the sannyasis. But he was actually not a sannyasi, but it was not that he was a sannyasi and he was already on a sannyasa order and then he was spoiling the name. He took the form of a mendicant who was looking like a sannyasa. Otherwise, Indra is actually enjoying in his own kingdom, heaven, Indraloka. So people say that he took the form of a sannyasi, but disrobed all the sannyasis. He made the sannyasa order get ashamed. But we should not forget. We should not forget that he is basically primarily not a sannyasi. But what about those in this age of Kali, those sinful men? They are so-called sannyasis. They take the sannyasa order. Here Indra is just copying that order to cheat, take away, and disrupt his 100, and that too he did it in the end, so that he doesn't complete, although he had his own feelings or his own point of why he wants to disrupt, but he took that ashram just for time, temporary, but that was wrong from his point of view is right, but otherwise if you see, it is wrong. Although Brahma forgives and he saves Indra, considering it to be his position, and so all that is okay, but wrong is wrong. But what about those? Prabhupada is bringing very beautifully in this purport that these so-called sannyasis, they follow false religious system. Thus they remain mentally disturbed. So they are themselves mentally disturbed. They will disturb others. The Vedic Shastras practically prohibit the adoption of a sannyasa. That is why Prabhupada is actually telling that this adoption of sannyasa in the Kali is because of less intelligent people like Indra, who took at least temporarily, but these people are even more fallen than Indra because they think that they have adopted to sannyasa order, but actually they are deceiving themselves, then deceiving others, because their desires have not been given up. Because sannyasa means not giving up everything, but using everything in the service of Krishna. If you notice, even Prabhupada took sannyasa. But once some devotee, he was coming down in, I think in Australia also it has happened, and in US also. It was Rolls Royce, I think it was a car given to him. And I think in Australia also it happened, and somewhere in US also, 2 places it has happened that he was given the highest car available over there. In fact, one reporter asked him, I just saw you a couple of minutes back getting down from Rolls Royce, and you are talking about renunciate, and you are yourself say that you are a sannyasa order, and you say you are Bhakti Vedanta. So before even he said, all others said, no, he's just using it. You just see what he is doing. He's just preaching. And then, of course, Srila Prabhupada himself said, yes, I will use the best of the things, but for the service of the Lord. And actually, he did not come and say that when I reach to this place, you devotees, I have given you everything. I gave you ISKCON, I gave you everything. So you guys go ahead and get me some car. I think there is never in Prabhupada Leelamrit or anywhere I have heard from anybody that Prabhupada demanding that give me this car only. No, give me the best car, which is suitable. In fact, Prabhupada said this, that don't make very big temples also, because then other than dhams, so that you don't just spend time in maintaining those temples. And if you put also big temple, no worry, put all the books inside it, so that everybody is from president till the in the hierarchy, in the maintaining the temple, the highest authority and the lowest authority, all are authorities in the temple. Even a chappal book stand person also is an authority, because he's taking care of your everybody's lotus feet, everybody's dust ridden chappals and shoes. So these also an authority. You have to give a coupon and then take. So temple president is authority, but everybody is engaged for a service of Krishna. So everything can be utilized. That is sannyasa. Very good example. People say silence is talking about Krishna and not just keeping quiet. I'll not say anything. That's not silence. Sometimes people say more things by being silent, which is a very powerful tool to say something, is to be silent. If somebody insults you and you look at him and stare at him and just be silent and bow down and just look up, the other person does not know what he thinks. In fact, it happens when you meet with a road accident or some tussle on the road. Generally, it is to my nature, it comes to me that when a other person is just keeping quiet and not saying anything, so I get little scary feeling that he's thinking something bigger. So I communicate and I make sure that, okay, boss, all things are sorted out. Not that he's just, of course, this happens more in the localities we individually stay. You just cannot fight with anybody and without any communication go. Then somewhere other, the volcano of his anger will come. Either he'll break your car or he'll disturb you or disturb your child. Or, I mean, you never know, right? The senses are uncontrollable nowadays. So this comes to me, and I use it very practically. That time, the silence doesn't help. You have to communicate it properly. So that way, also materially, to keep yourself safe, silence is actually to communicate properly to safeguard yourself. And what is best of saving yourself is to glorify Krishna. And that is why, with this, I begin the class with this line: we must serve the Lord in Krishna consciousness. Now, who is the Lord? Krishna himself. So we must serve Krishna in Krishna consciousness way. You may be knowing that Krishna has to be served, but do you know how to serve Krishna? That is what the line is so important. We must serve Krishna in Krishna consciousness. I'll start with an example. Many years back, around 2005, I think 2006, we were doing in the locality where I stay, second stage of the locality, we did a huge pandal program, and many devotees we called from all over Bangalore. And of course, the locality people were the maximum. So one person came to me and said, Prabhu, may I serve? I said, yes. And I gave him the service. It seems he had been a couple of times to some program, so he knew how to serve prasadam. So I gave him the service of serving panakam. Panakam is a drink. So, and it's very tasty. So while serving, he's giving to everybody, but I noticed something. He's giving one card also. And I didn't notice that. Actually, some other devotee saw and came to me and said, Prabhu, that devotee, I don't know who is he, but he's giving panakam, that's fine. Because I was in charge of that food stall area. But he is giving some official card because he is some agent of some company. I don't want to, some insurance company, very big insurance company. And he's selling that also and telling, whenever you have time, call me. So it's a Hare Krishna Panakam with insurance. When this was brought to me, I was myself very young. So probably if I would have treated him now, would have been little more, in depth. I was very superficial and I said, it's fine. But I just went and spoke to him and said, Prabhu, you are serving Krishna, no doubt. But your consciousness has some other reason than the Krishna consciousness. And then a couple of more devotees came and joined me, and we didn't want to lose him. But eventually I have never seen him after that. We lost him not because his reason, and after 15 minutes I saw him withering away. Then I saw him outside the pandal, near the shoe stand. He was distributing his cards, which is okay. I mean, he could have done there also. Because he was new, we almost didn't really mind it, because we were more interested in him being made as Krishna conscious. But I took this as an example to just support this, that we have to serve Krishna in Krishna consciousness. There should not be any ulterior motive. Indra disturbed Prithu with some of his own motive. The Brahmanas telling him that you don't kill, because they felt that king was such as we will do. So they had they were doing this for their own reasons, that okay, we will not let him be different. But then Brahma came because he knew the highest reason of serving Krishna. So everybody in whichever stage when they are serving Krishna, for their mental plane, they may be okay, because that much only they can think. That is their capacity to think and observe and absorb and follow and enact. But that may not be the the that may not be the highest reason of the service. So we all come to Krishna for serving him, but we have our own motives. That motive has to be tuned, tweaked, and improved in the association of devotees, and that happens in the form of training. Now, the first training in ISKCON we all get is to come in the association of devotees. That ecosystem in ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which Srila Prabhupada made, is an ecosystem. It is a training platform. It is like a plavena. It's like a boat which has all the transcendental pleasure of Krishna Prem. So ISKCON is like a boat. It has all the ingredients to receive the prema, the love of God. So they train you to initially come in the association of devotees. And you may be doing whatever at your home, but when you come in that association catches you like a fire, and all your anarthas are getting burnt day by day, simply by jumping Hare Krishna, like that. The first time I saw Hare Krishna devotees, whom I can say now I am also one among them, practicing, I was surprised to see that they are dancing. So somebody lifted my hand and I also dancing without knowing what I am doing, and I'm saying, ये कर क्या रहे यार ये लोग, ये उछल क्यों रहे? मुझे समझ में ही नहीं आया कि उछल क्यों रहे भाई? Why are they dancing? What are they getting in that dance? So I didn't know, but I followed getting into their association, and slowly I learned the process of consuming prasadam. So I had my own philosophy, which was not very different from Krishna conscious philosophy, but there was some correction definitely done. The first and the foremost correction in my philosophy is I knew that there is some supernatural power, because I could experience from my childhood that there's some power which used to push me, and inner voice was very strong for me. It is still very strong. But I never knew it was Krishna. But then, as we say, right, Krishna interacts with every individual separately. In fact, when first time I saw devotees, I was in Radha Gopinath Mandir. I literally went to the altar and said that you are Supreme Krishna. I knew you from so long. Were you the one who was coming in my inner voice and dragging me, pushing me left, right? I could see something beyond me always happening. And I was surprised. And then suddenly somebody threw me into the middle of some kirtan, and I was dancing as if some force caught me. And I was in the whirlpool of devotees, surrounded, overwhelmed by devotees. And I said, Krishna, are you hiding behind these Vaishnavas, these Vaishnavis and these devotees, my God, and they were, half of them were saffron, half of them were white. I am talking about 97, 98. I was like, hey, ho kya raha hai bhai? I was completely, and then I understood that this supernatural power, so called, I used to feel, is actually hiding himself with the form of these devotees. And that is why I want to put a very strong point here before you all move down to the other shlokas. Is people say Krishna consciousness means putting Krishna in the center. But do you know, putting Krishna at the center but not putting devotees along with him is half the battle won. Actually, if you put devotees in the center of your life, Krishna will be hiding behind them. If you feed a devotee, Krishna, if you feed Krishna directly, that is good in your altar. But if you call the Brahmanas, your own friends who are in ISKCON and other whom you are growing to become Krishna conscious, growing them to become Krishna conscious, if you come and feed them prasadam, Krishna will relish the indirect prasadam through their tongues and lips more than what you put in his altar. The one who cares for devotees is actually caring Krishna. So putting center of your life to Krishna means you are putting every devotee's desire, pure devotee's desire. And who are all pure devotees? Other than us individually, other than me, everybody is pure. No, no, no. I will select who is pure. This is pure, he is impure devotees. Gone. Then you are gone. That is the problem. Oh, you can give class, you cannot give class. He will give this, you cannot do this. You are good for only, you are only good for chappal distribution, chappal stand taking care, and you are only good for book design. No, no, no. This differentiation, all our acharya saying, Ami bodo dukhi, Ami durachari. Everybody is cursing themselves that they are fallen and everybody else is purified. Even Radharani thinks everybody is great devotee, I am not. But we know she is the greatest. So that is where one has to be very careful. That you have to put all the devotees at the center of your life. Krishna automatically will be attracted at the center of your life. I'll give you reverse. Don't live your life for devotees, live life for Krishna. Means self sadhana. You are only living for yourself. Going to temple, being Krishna happy and not even smiling to other devotees. Not even bothered to अरे ये लोग छोड़ो यार, ये तो सब पता नहीं कौन क्या है, हम तो बस, हमें तो कृष्णा से मतलब है, हमें तो कृष्णा की मूर्ति दिखनी चाहिए, मुझे दर्शन मिलने चाहिए, मुझे प्रसाद मिलना चाहिए, बाकी सब देखा जाएगा. ये सब ऐसे ही है. नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये सब नहीं चलेगा. ISKCON में यही तो सबसे बड़ी ट्रेनिंग मिलती है और यही हम गच्चा खा जाते हैं. गच्चा हिंदी में बोलते हैं, वी मेक मिस्टेक्स. We love, I love. We look at the altar, Krishna, oh Krishna, and devotee. Who are you? अरे कृष्णा को कितने प्यार से तुम देख रहे हो, वो ठीक है. That is only 50%. But are you looking to devotees with eagerness and hankering and loving them? To others we become, oh ज्यादा बोलूंगा तो सोचेगा ज्यादा बोलता है. With them we start gratifying. I have to talk to this set of devotees, I don't have to talk to this set of devotees. I love only these people, he is good, he is not good, I don't know who is he. But we are not able to give up this. So that is self-centered Krishna. Krishna only at the center, you will only love Krishna, you will not be able to love devotees. It is better to love only devotees. Krishna, automatically you will develop love for Krishna. Prabhupada, what did he do? He was making chapatis only for devotees. Then he taught them how to put offering to Krishna. He opened ISKCON not for himself, for so many devotees all over the world. So each devotee is responsible to love other devotees. Then automatically Krishna, love to Krishna will reach. That is known as indirect service to Krishna. You can anyway not directly serve Krishna. You can directly serve Krishna even in Goluka, even in this place. Nobody says no. But if you live, if you serve others, all others, and serving those who are not currently devotees by making them devotees, what are you doing? You are actually serving Krishna. That is known as direct service to Krishna, by indirectly reaching Krishna, by the love and care of devotees. If one devotee comes to your home to give class, you give him nice dhotar, nice angarkha, whatever to your capacity, nice new buy and give. Prabhu, you came and gave class, you take this angarkha from my side or dhoti. I am, usko bolna nahi, but you are opulent enough, understood that you can buy and give. You don't have to sell your kidney and then serve him. No, no. Nobody is asking that. If you are capable, then. And you give nice dress to Krishna also. That means you are putting Krishna at the center. With this, we have remaining some 20 minutes. We will go on to the next shlokas, and then I will in between bring some philosophical aspects. So over to all the devotees, we can finish all other shlokas. Then I will start. Okay.
Devotees, please raise your hands for reading.
Prabhus and also in Mataji also. I don't know how many Prabhus are there.
Meenakshi Mataji, you can read the shloka. Sarika Mataji, you can read the translation. And I'll read. And Subara Prabhuji, you can read the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavastana. Tad abhigyaya bhagavan prato parakramah indraya thapito bhanam adato yadakhar mukah. Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Maharaj Prithu, who was celebrated as very powerful, immediately took up his bow and arrows and prepared to kill Indra himself, because Indra had introduced such irregular sannyasa orders. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Subara Prabhuji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mata. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, yes, yes.
Purport by Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. It is duty of the king not to tolerate the introduction of any irreligious systems. Since King Prithu was an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, certainly his duty was to cut down all kinds of irreligious systems. Following in these footsteps, all heads of state should themselves be bona fide representatives of God and should cut down the irreligious systems. Unfortunately, they are cowards who declare a secular state. Such a mentality is a way of compromising religious and irreligious systems. But because of this, citizens are generally becoming uninterested in spiritual advancement. Thus, the situation deteriorates to such an extent that human society becomes hellish. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
So you all agree, before any other devotee is reading this, so you all agree, do you feel the current society is losing its essence? Do you all agree that? People have become short-tempered. People have become self-centered. Do you all agree that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So there is a point which is said in this is the king, right? Since King Prithu was an incarnation, certainly his duty to cut down all irreligious system. But tell me, what do we understand from this? Is anybody out here a king? Among the devotees, I see 39 devotees, including me, 38 now. One dropped off. Including all 38 devotees, is anybody can claim to be a king? If no, then what do you think what we should do to certainly cut down this irreligious system? Can anybody tell me? What can you do if you are not a king? How do you cut down this kind of irreligious systems?
By
You want to
spreading Krishna
By
consciousness.
Haribol, very nice. What? Who else? This is somebody thinking I'll put a political.
Distributing Prabhupada's book, Prabhuji.
Yes, very nice.
Preaching, Prabhuji, preaching.
Yes, preaching, kirtan, right? We can do nagar kirtans, preaching. So automatically we should. So that is what we are not king. Okay, among us, some wonderful Vaishnava or some wonderful arrangement of the Lord comes, I think, which we are experiencing to a quite an extent in this country right now, that our leader is good and things are falling in place. I don't want to sound very political, but it is very evident. So same way, the team lead in a team is good. Naturally, the team will follow the path. In fact, in ants also it is said when the ant is there, that ant, the first ant which takes root, all the ants follow in a very disciplined way. So like that, even animals know that. There is a collage of bird, right? The collection of birds which fly in the sky. You will see, I don't know if they call it as mother bird or the leading bird. They see the leading bird is actually flying the first, and they are all at equidistant. You can actually scale it. If you take a photo, you can even see they are maintaining a proper distance and they are going in a group, like kite flying, beautiful. And they will follow. It's very how nature is there. So, but we human beings are not at all following the system. But we should preach. And let's have the next sloka and then I'll put one philosophical point. Let's have the next one. Who is going to sing?
Hare Krishna, Barnali Mataji, you read the shloka. Now Kishori Mataji, the translation, and Krishnamurti Prabhu, the puppet. Hare Krishna.
27 and 28 we will finish first. Then we'll
Hare
conclude.
Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Tamri Vija Shakrabadha Visandhitam Vichaksha Dushpreksham Asarya Ramahasam Nivarayam Asur Aho Mahamate Nayujjate Trannavada Prachodita. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
I would say our coordinator Mataji wanted to say some sloka. Mataji, you don't be left out. So you also please say something along
Okay,
with
Prabhu.
others.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the priest and all the others saw Maharaja Prathi were very angry and prepared to kill Indra, they requested him, "O great soul, do not kill him, for only sacrificial animals can be killed in a sacrifice." Such are the directions given by Shastra. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Perfect by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Animal killing is intended for different purposes. It tests the proper pronunciation of Vedic mantras, and an animal being put into the sacrificial fire should come out with a new life. No one should ever be killed in a sacrifice meant for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. How could Indra be killed when he is actually worshipped in the yajna and accepted as part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Therefore, the priests requested King Prithu not to kill him. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
We can move to the next one.
Hare Krishna, Shobha Mataji, you read the shloka. Anita Mataji, the translation, and I'll read the puppet. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी सन माता जी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय वयं मरुत्पन्तं इहार्तविनाशनं व्यामहे त्वच्चरावसा हतस्थितम् अयात् अयाताया मह मोपहवैरनन्तरं प्रसह्य राजन् जुहावामहिते अहितम् हरि बोल थैंक यू प्रभु जी धन्यवाद
Translation. Krishna Prabhupada. Dear King, Indra's powers are already reduced due to his attempt to impede the execution of your sacrifice. We shall call him by Vedic mantras which were never before used, and certainly he will come. Thus, by the power of a mantra, we shall cast him into the fire because he is your enemy.
Who says this? The Brahmanas tell him. Okay, go ahead, purport.
Hare Krishna, purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. By chanting the Vedic mantras properly in a sacrifice, one can perform many wonderful things. In Kali Yuga, however, there are no qualified brahmanas who can chant the mantras properly. Consequently, no attempt should be made to perform such big sacrifices. In this age, the only sacrifice recommended is the Sankirtana movement. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, in conclusion, I'll bring some reality of every individual soul. We, all of us. Of course, I'm not authorized to talk about the senior Vaishnavas. I'm talking about in general all the souls. Okay. Whether under devotion or not devotion. Of course, acharyas and parampara and gurus and all, they are all arrangements, so they know. But if you notice, when a child is born, he sees a surrounding around him. And with that conditioning of the surrounding, he develops some psychology. If he is born in a very well-to-do family, naturally, he'll be spoon-fed and he'll develop some sort of, a different nature, and, he has enough money, so he's not fighting every day for money for life. But if he is a very poor soul, is born in a very poor house, naturally, his half of his time hearing his parents talking about just 1 day bread, one meal bread. So naturally, his inclination will be that. Like this in middle class families, some devotees staying in different other than India. So they are in Middle East, they'll have some different conditions. Some are in US, they have different conditions. Some devotees are in Australia, they have other challenges. Depending upon their own internal desires, they've taken the decision. And that is why they are all spread all over the world. And so everybody's soul tries to do justice with two things in life, actually. One, that half of our initial time goes in just education and then getting jobs. And then after getting jobs, you get married. Then half of your time of your day goes in just maintaining that marriage. Then your children grow. You try half of your time, for 75% of your time goes in accumulating wealth for your old age. And in the old age, 90% time goes in vyadhi, taklif, jara, old age, vyadhi, problems related to health. So basically, if you notice, there is not even a single time you can actually single focus Krishna. You can't, you want also, you cannot focus. Of course, if they are Prabhus, they can join Brahmachari ashram. But even challenges are there, because situations like Corona and other times, most of the times temple doesn't have money to support Brahmachari. What do they do? Then they are forced to do book distribution and all. So peace is actually nowhere to be found. Right? Perfection. I want to become perfect in whatever I am doing. I know that I am not this body. Srila Prabhupada is saying, I am a spirit soul. To say it is easy, but to understand and then be peaceful, it is really very difficult. But what about those who don't even know this? So that is why Krishna says you are lucky if you are born in some family which is Brahmanical in nature. Not by Janma, I am saying Brahman. Karma means they are learning the knowledge of God and they are trying to be dedicated to Krishna. That's the highest birth. Like our children, many devotees and including me, we have taken Krishna consciousness even before marriage. So naturally my son is getting that, or I know so many of my god brothers and god sisters and my friends from other spiritual masters, all Prabhupada disciples, I see them also having the same advantage to their children. But it's up to the children to take. But that's the highest ecosystem value they can get. Value added designed services they get at home. It's all value designed services like Mangal Aarti. It's a value designed service. Its value is inherent. It is designed in such a way to wake up early in the morning that if your son sees you doing that and he does that, he gets that added potential. So these offering prasadam, doing chanting, these are all services, but value added services to Krishna. And then associating with devotees, the highest form of the value added services. So to achieve, it is said, Yala labdva puman siddho. Yala labdva puman siddho bhavati amrito bhavati tripto bhavati. It's in Adi of Chaitanya Charitamrita. It said, Yala labdva puman siddho. You know, if you, labdva means gained. Puman means a person, right? Anybody. They say, right? Krishna is Janardhana Pumsam. Means Jan ka Pumsan. He's himself a person, but he takes care of every other living person. And he nourishes them. So Pumsam can be understood in both the ways that a person is a person, but he is Janardhana Pumsam. He is that one who needs nourishment from Krishna. So human beings and all living entities are destined to be created to be nourished by Krishna. And the whole fight of Krishna consciousness is Krishna is trying to nourish us and we are trying to reject his nourishment or use his nourishment in our way. His nourishment is falling on all the living entities. Even when rain is falling, not only it gives to vegetation, it actually soothes the mother earth also. And if the rain falls on the cow and cow is served, all the other Devi Devtas which are residing in the cow, they say that all the Devi Devtas exist in a cow. So if you serve cow, all other Devi Devtas are also taken care. So you don't have to worship them directly. You can just serve cow and all your labhas will come to you. But keep in mind that you are not serving Devi Devtas inside the cow. You are serving Devi Devtas cow because they're all Krishna's property. So it is said, Yala labha puvan siddho bhavati amrito bhavati tripto bhavati. Means until unless, what is the labh? Right? The biggest labh is what? Devotional service. You serve Krishna by keeping the devotees and living entities at the center. I am saying living entities means every living entity. You just can't differentiate he is devotee, non-devotee. Try to serve everybody. Of course, you serve the devotees who are not currently in association by giving them Krishna consciousness. Then you will become Amrito Bhavati, Tripto Bhavati. Then you will experience immortalized Krishna Prem. You will feel you are immortalized. You will, and how do you feel? How does a person feel he is immortal? Because he is not afraid of death. He knows if he leaves this body, If he leaves his body, he will go to Krishna's arms. You know, that's why I took this picture today, and I think if I can save this, see how this devotee is in the arms of Krishna. That's our, sorry, behind me, right? How this devotee, I can, okay, my hand is not with it. This devotee and Krishna together. See how they're playing. That is our goal of life. So if I want to play with Krishna, I have to play with every devotee and serve them. Then I am not fearful of death, because in any case, even after death, I will be with Krishna and his devotees. Then you will be really feeling and experiencing peacefulness. Because everybody is destined to get Krishna prema. But there is a very thin line. What is that thin line? What is that thin line? If you want to experience the love of God, if you don't follow properly, trained properly, what will happen is suddenly that love of God will be replaced by lust of God, lust for this worldly pleasure. So it is said, Atmendriya Priti Vancha. Atmendra Priti Vancha. Atmendra means what? Trying to satisfy your own indriya. Tare Bali Kama. If you are trying to satisfy your Atmendriya, Priti Vancha, Tare Bali Kama. If you try to satisfy your own senses, you will incur Kama. You will satisfy your own internal feelings. I want to serve Krishna because he will give me a good job. That is okay. But after all, with that job, you are trying to enjoy things. But you are also serving Krishna. So there will be always a tussle between that. And 99% of V level of devotees, right? I mean, I am not saying U level. I am saying most of the devotees, they also confess to me that we are all Krishna. We go to Sunday and we try to go to Ahobalam, we try to go to Dham. Every 2 years I go to, but somewhere I'm using the money partially for my own satisfaction also. I also feel I am also, but then when I spoke to some devotee, he says, yes, there will be always a tussle between self-enjoyment and Krishna's enjoyment. So that is why this is very Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bali Kama. Means if I am satisfying my own indriya, Tare Bali Kama, I am actually satisfying my lust. But Krishnendriya Priti Ichha. But if I am satisfying Krishna and his devotees, now Krishna eats through the lips of and tongues, he eats prasadam to the tongue of devotee. I said, right, you offer direct food to Krishna on your altar, he will eat it because he is respecting you. Pushpam patram phalam tam yome bhakti prayachit. But he will feel even more better if you invite somebody next to your door in your home and say, come, we'll read one shloka. That's difficult then said, but suppose if you do it, or you call any devotee from the temple and said, today I want to serve you, Prabhuji. Please come, me and my wife and my children will serve you. Just come and speak some shloka. You call him and then you serve that prasadam to him. Krishna, through his indriya, he will enjoy prasadam, saying, thank you, Prabhu, you gave me pizza to eat, offered at home to Lord. You gave me paneer to eat. You gave me gulab jamun to eat. You gave me so many good things. But actually, Krishna is satisfied more. So Krishna Indriya Priti means Krishnendriya Indriya Priti means I want to satisfy the devotees Indriya by serving them for Krishna. Krishna's Indriya are getting satisfied. Dhare Premanama. Then when you do this way, then Krishna is satisfied and he starts residing in your heart and you feel what you feel? Amrito Bhavati Tripto Bhavati. That Amrita of Krishna Naam, that Amrita of Krishna Prem is suddenly coming in your heart and you feel, today I did something. I'll give you an example. On the Sunday feast, whenever we are serving, this is usually my feeling. Of course, there is some, like for example, next Sunday itself, I've been continuously going to all the Sundays. When I come home, I really feel very energized. Although my physical body at a certain age now, of course, I am in Krishna consciousness for 24 years now. Earlier, at 24 years back, I was almost 20, some around 20. So I used to feel energetic. Of course, when I come from 7:30, serving till 3, 4, I reach home. I really feel tiredness, bodily tiredness. It is really my hands. I mean, I feel that it's not the same body what I used to enjoy 20 years back. I used to serve coming evening, then evening again I used to go and go to Sheshadripuram 20 kilometers, then come at 11, only 1 hour rest in between. But now if you tell me next day I have to work from home, so much, because age is also progressing. But so this way I'm saying, Atmendra Priti Vancha Tare Bali Kama Krishnendra Priti Ichha Dhare Premana Nama, means the desire to satisfy one's own self is enjoying and welcoming the enjoyment of lust. But if you serve devotees, if you serve Krishna, you are actually satisfying Krishna's senses. Then that, when Krishna feels enjoyment, naturally he is residing in the form of Shirodakshay Vishnu, 7 inches Shirodakshay Vishnu in our area locality of heart as a Paramatma. He is feeling pleasure. Naturally, your heart will feel the real pleasure that you can experience on the face of a devotee when he comes to your home and you serve him, or you serve in the temple, or you serve anywhere, you do a book distribution, and some devotee saying, "Sir, I was waiting for you, for somebody to give me this book of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you so much." And he goes with happy. He takes your number, though he never calls you back. That's okay, but he's connected to Krishna conscious somewhere. You feel, I have distributed 4 books today. I have taken 4 numbers. Generally in ICC, I do the service of meeting people. I love meeting people, so I take their numbers and forward it to the group so that they are part of the ICC International ISKCON Cultural Center. And so then that's my natural. So I feel so pleasure in getting these people connected to WhatsApp group. Believe me, that's my one service. I talk to them. It's very difficult nowadays to take numbers from different people because they feel, why are they talk, and they are first timers. But I tell them, we'll not disturb you. It's our decorum. We should take, and I please them. We give, sometimes I give them something. I make them feel pleasure. I give them flowers. But in the reverse, they don't know how much pleasure I get talking to them, and I just get their one mobile number and which language they speak, so that next time they get some message and add them to some WhatsApp group. That's a service I'm doing religiously every Sunday because I love meeting people. That was always in my heart. But what is it giving me is Amrito Bhavati, Tripto Bhavati. I feel really I have done some service to Krishna. Although they sometimes look at me with strangeness. Hey, why is he coming and intruding us? Then I tell them, look, I have to intrude you, but I intrude you, but I have learned this art in not disturbing them, not and learning their moods, seeing if they are very tired, if they are coming with some feeling in their mind, I just don't disturb them. I let them be with the Lord. So you have to learn all those things. Looking at their face, you will learn. Sometimes they come with fever in their hands. You can touch their hands and see. Sometimes I touch their, Prabhus are there. I will touch their hands, feel what they're feeling. Sometimes Bangalore, it is cold. I touch their arms. Hey, Haribol Prabhu, how are you? Of course, with Matajis, I generally avoid staring them and I just bow down and say, Hare Krishna Mataji. But you have to talk to them, so you have to look to them. And then I note there very politely, if some Prabhu is accompanying with Mataji, that's the best thing so that I can talk along with them. Generally, I avoid talking directly to Mataji, but of course, in front of all the devotees. So keeping all this in mind, I see one can really experiencing in the flavor of Krishna. By training, after 24 years, I understood when to talk, when not to talk. Let them, leave them. They've just come to only see. Sometimes they really feel, don't disturb. And I say, okay, Prabhuji, please continue. And then I just make them feel that let them be with them and enjoy their silence with Krishna. And sometimes they will meditate sitting in the temple. I tell them, wonderful, wonderful. We help them, we love them, we care them, and slowly they get to know what we were trying to do. So with this, I bring this class Alp Viram here, and we'll discuss more. Maybe next devotee will come tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna,
I'm done.
Prabhuji. Pranams. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It's a wonderful session. Devotees can raise your hand if you have any questions for Prabhuji.
We will
Okay.
ask questions only.
Subara Prabhuji has raised his hand.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Sarika
Subara.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Sarika
My
Mataji, you can
question is,
wait.
my question is, when Pradhu Maharaj, when he is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, then Indra must be knowing it. Even then, he tried to disturb him. And Pradhu Maharaj wanted to take a decision to kill him. Then why these Brahmanas and all, they should come on the way? They are of lesser advice than God himself knows.
Yeah, so it's written in the purport. You have to go and read that purport. Clearly, Brahmanas didn't want him as a king to do. He may be whatever in the background, but you have to play the patrata, what he is doing currently, what he is. If you see everybody, even you and me are nothing but the energy of the Lord, expansions of the Lord. But you call me Premadata. You don't call me. Right? You behave the way I am today, right now. I am working somewhere. So Brahmana's reasons of interacting with Prithu was to first treat him like a king. So they said, why you? You have called us. As we will do that for you. They just gave him an option. And when Maharaj Prithu was so wonderful devotee, he immediately agreed. Okay, fine. You guys are more intelligent. I mean, you just see, you read the purport. Very simple. So there is nothing like, you are who we know, so it's superseding nothing. It's just the patrata. It's just the patrata. You are coming and playing something, even if they are very intelligent, they know he is Vishnu, but still they have to behave like, what role he is playing. Say, like Lord Ram was leaving the Ayodhya for banishment. So Sumanta woke up. They all woke up early in the morning, and all the praja was sleeping. So Sumanta and Ram had a discussion. He said, Sumanta, prepare my chariot. We will leave. He said, oh my lord, what will happen to your Prajavasis? They have just come for you. They left everything for you, and you are now leaving them in middle and going. You are Janardana Pumsana. You are supposed to nourish them. Then he said, if you think I am supreme and I will take care of them, even while leaving also I will take care of them. Oh Padmaja. It is said, when the mother tortoise leaves the egg on the shore, and mother tortoise leaves in the ocean, but with one look to the place where the mother tortoise has hidden the eggs, she is, by her glance only, it is said that she nourishes those eggs. Same way, Krishna is so multifarious. He can have expansion in the form of Prithus and thousands of Prithus, yet, and in the form of Brahmanas. So it's all his energies, right? So he is in the form of Prithu, and even if Prithu is being told by these Brahmanas, what do you think? Prithu, if as you are saying that way, then Brahmanas took that knowingly that he is supposed, and he is Vishnu, suppose. In that sense, when you are asking this point, and then also he is under control. He can. But here Brahma has to appear. So there is higher thing. Then Brahma will remind to these rishis. In the end, all is well that ends well. So we are all playing at different stages, different activities, but everything has to Vedascha sever ahem eva vedyu. All the conclusion of all the Vedas, like how Krishna is the end product of all the activities of our life, even including Prithu and this Maharaj, Yajna, this and Brahmana calling, it actually, where did it ended? it ended making everybody happy. Even Indra was happy, even Prithu was happy, Brahmanas were happy, because the success of all the Havana happened, even with only 99. They said you don't need to do because you are such a wonderful devotee. You get my point? It's something similar to how Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna said, I am happy to have 5 things, right? But Krishna said, even if you don't follow my words and you are satisfied with 5 villages, in some the other way, I will kill them. So it's contradictory. See how he's telling here to do. So everybody has their own. Krishna would have killed, then why did Arjuna had to come? So same way, if Prithvi could have done himself, Brahmana would have not come in the picture. If Brahmana would have not come in the picture, how Brahma would have arrived? So if Brahma has arrived, then he reminds of Supreme Personality of God, and he glorifies Indra. And he says, after all, you are doing yajna for the satisfaction of all the Devi Devtas, and he is the chief of all Devi Devtas. How can you kill him? And then say, you are, because these sacrifices are in the Agni, you do so many mantras, right? So all the fire is Agni. He is satisfied that he is coming and he's been called here to serve Krishna. So everybody is actually, all Devi Devtas, indirectly, directly, they are serving Krishna only. So that way also you see, anything adorned by the providence is beautiful. And here the end is very beautiful. So avoiding overthinking and just enjoying whatever has happened, I think will be the best path answer to you. Does that help you? I'm
Yes,
not challenging
Prabhuji.
your overthinking, but
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice advice.
that is what has happened. Like this, hundreds of. I'll give you one more. Matanga Rishi's disciple, Shabri, could have easily left with his spiritual master, her spiritual master, when he was quitting the body. But he made her wait for 14 years, almost many years. And every day she was thinking, one day, today Ram will come, today Ram will come. But Ram never arrived for so many years. Every day she used to put. And she actually had no desire to stay without her spiritual master. But Providence had some other thing. So all the activities finally, when they culminate in Krishna consciousness, anything and everything what happens in this world, in our control or out of control, finally, it's actually happening with the permission of Krishna. So that way also, if you see, if we depend upon Krishna consciousness, so actually, he was their guest, although he was a king. Think in this way also. He has called the guests. How can he refuse the guest if they are helping him? He only called them to do yajna. He's telling them, don't worry, we will burn him, because they also felt he is doing wrong. Right? So like, and Atri Muni, the chief among those, he's telling Vena's grandson, means Prithu's son, go and catch Indra. And Indra is leaving every time, taking different forms like that. So that way also, if you think, whatever has happened best. Who can question providence? That's what I feel. If somebody can give more insights and deep reasons, it should be. There should be some devotee who should give more deeper reasons. Otherwise, that is not Krishna consciousness. How can I summarize everything about Krishna in just one answer? You are satisfied now, but there will be hundreds who will not be satisfied, and they should not be satisfied. There should be someone who should put, and this continuous process of giving answers in a correct way is like all the arrows coinciding in one spot, satisfying Krishna. Make sense?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Somebody else had a question?
Thank you.
Already
Yes,
we have
Prabhuji.
gone ahead.
Sarika Mataji has a question. She has raised her hand.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. Prabhuji, you had mentioned that 7-inch Kshirodakshai Vishnu
That's what I have.
is seated in our heart as
Yes, that's what I have heard in one class. Yes, it's Shirodakshai Vishnu in the form of Paramatma. He is the witness. He is
So
the Divya
7
Chakshu.
inches
That's what I have heard in one of the classes. It comes to around 7 inches.
Wow. And this is the
Yes,
first
yes,
time I'm
yes.
hearing, Prabhuji. I
Yes,
didn't know,
yes,
so it immediately caught my attention.
yes. Oh, that way? Why you are so surprised?
No, I'm
Why are you
surprised
so
because I
surprised?
didn't hear earlier. First time I heard the size, 7 inch.
Yes.
So that's what I wanted to ask
It's
you.
it comes around 7 inches in your near your heart. So he's like people think like see, you know how soul. So you know, right? I mean, this human body, I mean, man and a woman have, I mean, they may have different vital organs. Okay. Let's not go on the physical aspect difference of man and a woman. We all know who's a man knows who's a woman. Okay, they all know each other's body, right? So they are made up of different vital organs, but one thing common between, of course, the emotions, being loved and loving others and all that is same. Of course the physical dimensions are different, physical needs are different, that's okay, but internally there are 5 airs. I call it as Pavasu, right? PAVSU. Prana, Amana, Vyana, Samana, Udana. Right? P, Prana, A, Amana, V, Vyana, S, Samana, Udana. These are 5 airs. It is said that these 5 airs are running and there are 7 chakras. And then so many, some kundalis are there, right? It's a human body is made up of all chakras, kundalis, and the 5 airs. I know one thing. All these things are keeping the health of the body intact and the soul intact in the area of heart. Now, when I was in the beginning, I have heard devotees asking this question to each other in a group when I also came in 24 years, is where in the heart Prabhu soul is sitting here, there, here, there. Then they say, oh, this is, you just cannot think like this because the soul is antimatter. Soul never touches the matter of this material world. It is there is a subtle body also, right? And this soul doesn't have a separate body in spiritual world. That's a different matter. Okay, so that's why it's known as self. Atma's meaning is self. So the moment the subtle body and matter body is leave here and Krishna meets you in the end and you takes him to Goluka, there you are Atma, completely aham brahmasmi. You are completely spirited. There's nothing material in it, right? So spirit anyway is a soul, never touches your heart practically physically. But within the soul also is Shirodakshai Vishnu with him. He goes with him in the body of a pig, to a body of an ant, to a body of a human, 435 types of human beings, improving him in consciousness. That's why how Shirodakshai Vishnu is like a witness to our activities. And then Chaitya, the consciousness of the soul, Chaitya, which is where your freedom, free will is hidden. The consciousness that I am the soul, although I am owned by Krishna, but I am a separate soul from Krishna. That is our minute independence. That minute independence is Chetana, consciousness, which is our soul, which is our soul, right? So soul doesn't have mind separate this. Soul is fully like you. At least if I get some problem, doctor can rip open and see my brain separately. But in soul, you can't rip the brain and bring the brain out. Matter गया अब तो मर गया ये आदमी नहीं कह नहीं सकते वो तो पूरा सोल है ना नैनन छिद्रंती पश्यंती उसको देख नहीं सकते पावक उसको जला नहीं सकते उसको मार नहीं सकते तो वो सोल तो इंटैक्ट है ना तो वो सोल यहाँ पे हमारे साथ दिव्य जो परमात्मा है वो भी अटैच हो जाता है कृष्णा लव्स अस सो मच ही नेवर लीव्स अस अलोन अरे यही तो हम नहीं समझ पाए कृष्णा को वी थिंक कृष्णा इज कृष्णा मैं रो रहा हूं मंदिर आई सी डिवोटीज इंक्लूडिंग मी समटाइम्स आई गो एंड कृष्णा हालत खराब है यार हमारी कुछ तो करो भाई कब तो नीचे उतरो पर अंदर से ही सिटिंग विद ही नोज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग टू यू सो समटाइम्स इट इज से देयर इज नो नीड फॉर यू टू शाउट टू कृष्णा कृष्णा हेल्प मी कृष्णा he knows your heart even before you tell but it is nice that is how the concept of prayer is born. You don't need to pray Krishna because prayers are always inherent to us. But they say physically say, अरे मंत्र तो spiritual world में बोलना ही नहीं है, महामंत्र spiritual world में where do you speak? You don't speak महामंत्र in the spiritual world. Only here you have to practice Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And when you practice and you go back to spiritual world, you don't have to speak mahamantra over there. You know, because you are conscious of Krishna. That was the reason why you were asked to speak Krishna Krishna. Here you are seeing so many distractions. In spiritual world, there are no distractions. There is only attraction about Krishna. So that's why Krishna never leaves us. In fact, the whole material world, and with this I'll close the class, the whole material world, if you think Krishna is away from you, you are, and material world is very away from Krishna, very wrong concept. First of all, he is in Kan. But even in physically form, you see, the spiritual world is kept at the periphery of Golok Vrindavan. It's in the jungles periphery. The Vrindavan jungles, it is kept at one place in the periphery. It is not even away. So that actually what it is said is material world is kept like a table in a room, and that room is Tripad Vibhuti. Ekpad Vibhuti is material world, only one time. Vibhuti means badi cheez hai, but one time. But spiritual world is Tripad Vibhuti. बहुत बड़ी है, उसी के अंदर ही तो स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड के अंदर ही मटेरियल वर्ल्ड रखी है. मटेरियल वर्ल्ड तो स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड से अलग है ही नहीं. That is the energy within one section. Energy of the entire spiritual world is behaving like a temporary material world, but permanently. And so we are 90% in Krishna's consciousness, but sometimes Krishna wants to increase the intensity, or we feel Krishna, I'm tired of it. He sends us. Only this happens once in a lifetime of a soul. Until unless Krishna sends him as a spiritual master, as his devotee, or as some pastime, it happens only once, and that too only to increase intensity. Actually, what I am answering is answering many thousands of questions in one shot. I am not saying I am Pandit, nahi, ye main samjhaun. मैंने 24 साल की चीज आपको बताई है. So Krishna conscious, Krishna is never away. Even material world is not away from Krishna. It is kept inside spiritual world at the periphery. We are just a curtain away from Krishna. If Krishna wants, he can remove this Maya. Physically, you can travel, the soul travels to spiritual world in different ways, like, so, but if Krishna wants you to just absorb you, can open the curtain and pull you, your soul, and say, ho gaya bas, kitna masti karega, chal, wo hai teri asli duniya, that's your final and real world. What are you doing here? That's what Narad Muni told to Brahma. Hey, what are you doing? Pig wife, pig is this, that incident, right? Past times. So that's where you're getting this. Shirodakshay Vishnu never leaves us. And that's fact. Haribol. Sorry.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, if you have time, Padma Mataji also raised her hand.
No, I have time, but you guys have time.
Prabhuji, actually, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
You can make it short, Mataji.
Yeah.
I'll answer it in short.
No answer, no question, Prabhuji. Very motivating class. Only one request, I want to take a screenshot of this picture and behind you. You don't mind? 1 minute, Prabhuji.
I have moved myself out.
1 minute, Prabhuji. It has not come properly.
I
But
am
the picture.
bending.
Okay. 1 minute now. Yes.
Done?
Yes, done,
Now I
Prabhuji.
come.
Thank you so much. Beautiful picture. Very motivating class.
See how he is looking. Yeah, Krishna is looking. He's smiling.
It's so much love.
That's it. ये सोनम बोनम है, कृष्णा और हम, बाकी कुछ भी नहीं है इस दुनिया में. ऐसे ही राधा रानी, अष्ट सखी, नित्यानंदा, सब सारे, ये एक व्यक्ति ने पूरी दुनिया दौड़ा रखी है भाई. पुरुषा सुक्ता में आप पढ़िए, विष्णु के रूप में सारे जो ऋषि मुनि कह रहे हैं, बस करो भाई, बस करो, क्या कर रहे हो, ब्रह्मांड चला रहे हो, व्हाट आर यू डूइंग, योर man, you hold, peace to you, stop Krishna, what are you doing? And he's not stopping. He's this little boy, he's such a notorious boy, you see his face, he's smiling, but he's the real reason, cause sarva karana. He is the one I am speaking to you like this. He's made all of us. फंसा दिया अपनी जिंदगी में, फंसा दिया इटरनली के लिए, फंस गए हम सब, गए.
Notice, Prabhuji, whenever he smiles, there's something mystically smile. Always, every picture, I've noticed that.
There are 3 things which are very deep in Krishna: his smile, his lips, his eyes, and his udara, the abdominal cord. ये वाला हिस्सा. It's very deep. I don't know how I can say, if I can show my hand like this, the Nabhi, right? What do you call an umbilical cord? The place of he's very deep. He has deep belly, he has deep eyes, he has deep lips,
Yes,
he
Prabhuji.
has his deep eyes. You can imagine. He is the single reason of why we are doing Bhagavatam. He's the single. You just go out and see the world. क्या chemistry की दुनिया बनाई है भाई इस आदमी ने. फंसा के रख दिया है सबको. सब फंसे एक इस व्यक्ति ने. There's only
So the
one
class-
chap who has created this entire world.
So the class, I couldn't keep my eyes off Prabhuji from the picture.
Is it?
Yeah, so beautiful. I loved it. Thank you,
ठीक,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu, any devotee can download it from the, if they can
I'll
download
put in
it
the
from
group.
here, right?
I'll put in the group,
I don't know
Prabhuji.
if the group admin can do, and then you can use it, or I'll see if I can get it somewhere. I have
No,
taken it
Krishna,
from some
we can-
gallery.
No, it's Krishna's picture we can put
Prabhuji, it is already in group, Prabhuji.
Very
already.
भाई कमाल का है ये आदमी.
Yeah, truly.
He is really very, very strong.
Even the crown that he wears, so unusual, so exotic. And the smile of devotees also with so much satisfaction, putting
Yes.
his arm around Krishna. Every
It is
bit
said
of
that
it
in
is so-
spiritual world, his enjoyment never ends, even in spiritual, even in material. I can feel what you are feeling. I wish if I could have got the same feeling as you are getting. I can enjoy. That's what he saw Radharani, right? And why he came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He saw Radharani enjoying him more than what he can enjoy himself. And he says, "Who is this fellow?" He said, and she said, "My dear Lord, you are the one." Oh my God. If he's so beautiful, you are enjoying me so much. I am not able to enjoy myself, and you are enjoying me. Then he came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to enjoy what Radharani was enjoying. And
So
then
intimate also,
came
so intimate.
Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, who is an acharya of Nayan Manjari, means how Radharani looks to Krishna, in which bhav he is the acharya of that bhav. There is an acharya explaining how Radharani is looking to Krishna, how the Ananda Shakti is looking to the Sat potency of Krishna himself. One should remember.
And then Krishna is also holding his hand with,
He's
Lakshmi
whole.
is also holding his hand. So beautiful, Prabhuji.
Yes. And remember one last point before please remember one thing. Never leave Krishna consciousness, continue doing serving Krishna at all the circumstances, and only Krishna means Radharani,
Yes, Prabhuji,
Ashtasakis, and Acharyas, and this parampara. Just serve them more than sufficient. But never other than Krishna. Crores of rupees that anybody gives you, don't worship. I'm not saying you can't worship. If you worship any other Devi Devta, tell them, I am doing because I love you, because for Krishna I'm serving you. If a Devi Devta comes to your home, if a devotee comes to your home, see, it's a very difficult and very long one. But just remember one thing. Finally, you have to serve Krishna. That will give you, right? I was saying, Atma Tripti, Bhavato Tripti, right? So, Amrito Bhavati, Tripto Bhavati. Okay, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Krishna. Like Prabhuji, last time we went to Vrindavan and came. Ever since we have come so restless, want to go again and again. Something is pulling us there. It's not only my feeling, even my husband feels the same thing, even my daughter.
Hari Bol.
It is something, especially this Varsana. Varsana really pulls you back. Want to go, but yeah. It's amazing. You don't want to go, feel like going anywhere. But that's the only place, where the mind gets attracted.
Yes. Hari Bol, I'm happy that you are inspiring all of us. Hare Krishna. I think we should close this session because moderator, there may be some other classes coming up.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I ended the class at around 10:40, but I think question answers went long.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarubhya kripa
Krishna
pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti
Grantharaj Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. With your permission, I will
Mataji, you can end the class, Mataji. Thank you.